Hi friends, AG Grid React Learning. Today we are going to check about integrating server-side raw models, integrating an API endpoint to a AG Grid React. For integrating API servers, API endpoints, and displaying data based on sorting, server side sorting, pagination, etc. we need a AG Grid Enterprise. So currently our application looks like this. It is using the AG Grid community package only. Now we need to install the AG Grid Enterprise package. So I am stopping it, and now I am going to install AG Grid Enterprise. npm install AG Grid Enterprise. Currently our JSON file looks like package.json looks like this. Here it is only include AG Grid React. Okay, now we are going to install the AG Grid Enterprise. Okay, it is installed. You can see that here you can see that AG Grid Enterprise is installed. So please check is the package versions are same. If there is any difference between them, there may be some issues. I have faced some issues while doing it, and I have fixed it by changing the version to same. Okay, now it is installed. Now we have doing it in the third.js file. This is the third.js file. Okay, currently it is displaying the whole content, like this content. This is dummy data, not using any API endpoints. So I am changing it. Now first we need to import the AG Grid Enterprise. Import AG Grid Enterprise. Now I am going to refer a blog like this one. This same blog.ag.grid.com. It explains how to do the server side rendering. It's a good one. If you are not checked about it, you can check it. I am referring this to do it. Now for doing this, I am copying this section. These whole things are imported from the AG Grid community. Now going to import. We only need this one. We don't want this one, also don't want. Okay, now we need to register modules. We need to add this in the register modules also, server side raw model module. Okay, here is already a register section. I am adding it there. Okay, now we are just checking if it is causing any issues in the installation. It is not currently running. npm runtime. We are running it and checking if there is any issues. It is not made any issues. So currently we are imported the AG Grid Enterprise and added the server side raw modules from AG Grid Enterprise. This registry. So now this is dummy data, so we don't want it now. I am just removing it. This is column definitions. This raw data is not needed. Okay, theme. Okay, theme. It is okay. Theme for there. Quick filter text. Okay. Default column definitions. Okay. This is the column definitions. We have to change it. Like now currently all things are gone. Okay, now I am copying this file, get server side data source, this content. Just copying it here and explain. I'm just removing this theme section for avoiding any confusions. Text, theme, quick filter text, search section. Okay. Here it is displaying some errors. This is for the TypeScript things. I'm currently not using TypeScript, and so I am removing these things. Okay, now the errors are gone. Okay, just checking if it is working. Is there any errors? No, it is not displaying any issues. Currently this function we needed it, get server side data source. It is actually doing what it is like. It is fetching an API endpoint, and if the response is okay, it is setting the raw data data.rows, data.last row. Okay, you can go through this and you can understand what it is. Okay, currently we are going to change this API to our own API. I am going to use another free API called free sample API for testing. JSON placeholder. Okay, there is an API pose. It displays 100 posts. Okay, I am using this API for display. Just copying it and placing it here. Okay, they only allow get method, so I am changing it to get method. Get. I think when you are doing you have to use the post method with your API, because currently I am just displaying the data, this data in the grid, not doing any pagination or any other things like sorting, filtering, etc. I am just integrating this data. If you need to commonly we need to send the pagination data with the pagination or sorting or filtering data with the grid, so this needs a post request. So this params.request field contains all information. I will show you that soon. Okay, now so we don't need this body part. Okay, this I think it will not make any issues. Okay, now we again checking the documentation. It explains what all the things are. you can check them. Now we need this raw model type server side and on grid ready items. I'm copying that and placing it here. Okay. Now when on grid ready is the function, it is calling after initializing the grid, so we need to use this function for calling the server side. Okay, this is the function. We just copying it and pasting it here. So we are correcting the function to work with this code. So when on grid ready, it is calling this function get server side data source, and it is binding with the grid. Okay, get server side data source is this function. It is calling this and binding this. Okay, so I think now it is displaying an error. Use callback is not defined. Just define it. Just displaying an error. Just checking what it is in the console. As we have not set the license key, it will display AG Grid Enterprise license key missing error. It is not a problem for us. Now just checking is the post request is going. Is the request is going. It is options. The request is going and it returns the data. You can see it here. So it is just printing a data. It is not the same structure like data.rows. There is no data.rows. It is just raw data. So we just changing it to data. And it is not returning a number of rows. This is the last row count. When we create a real API, it need to send back the rows plus the count of rows, means the last how many number of rows there. So I am just changing it to 1000. Here you can see that it is only 100 rows, but I am just displaying it as 1000, assuming it is 1000 rows. So I will explain why I add that here. Okay, now there is no data.success, so I am removing that. Then okay, then now we can check what it looks like. Okay, currently the field names, we have to change the field names like user ID, title, there's user ID, title and body. We have to change it like we need to change the column definitions. User ID, title and body. titan body. We are removing other things from here. Okay, there is currently only 4 columns. So the call definition is field user ID, ID, header name. Okay, now we can check how it looks. Oh, now you can see that it is displaying the data. There is some issue, like it is not displaying user ID, ID, title is not displaying. Oh, here it is field. Now it is displaying all data. So you can see that there is 1000 rows here, and you can see, you know that there is only 100 rows. So here this 1000 is coming from the here row count. If it is 100, it will only display 100 there. One to 8 of 100. It's working is like currently this thing is displaying getting 100 rows. If there is more than 100 rows, like if there is 1000 rows, we need to put 1000 here. Means from the API they need to send a last row count here. So when we moving to the next pages, you can see there is automatically a request is building. You can see that. I'm going to the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 10. You can see that after 100 rows are created, there it is calling the function, this get server side data source function, and it is passing some params.request. These request values are here printed. You can see that rows requested by grid, first model, group keys, pivot keys, start model, start row, value columns. Okay, this data is this much data is passing through the params.request. You can change what you need to send to the this endpoint, and you can manipulate based on it. Okay, here you can see that there is an end row and start row. This thing we need to study about it, because there is a start and limit, the same as start row and end row. We have to pass this. It is only sending after we fetch the all data. Like you can see that it is not creating any request currently, and it is creating request after it pass, it come to the 200 row. You can see that now it is creating the request. So I think this is the basic. Now I think you got an understanding about how this AG Grid Enterprise working, how the server side ROM module is coming. Hope you understand it and you can get more updates soon. You can use this blog.agt.com for any doubts or any clearance. Okay, thank you.